set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their veteran signal caller. In his 9th season now, it's Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the 26.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
The line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Intended for...
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll get that one complete to Conner. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning of that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1, because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Now Mostert. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Patrick Owasor. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
The ball carrier.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Mostert, the ball carrier, brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Steelers 3.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
He was
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Intended for Le'Veon Bell.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Newton. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep it out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 9, Cousins to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Throwing, Cousins. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10 is counted. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Cousins.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He got his target, Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
By Von Miller.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Cam Newton sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in...
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 31, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Newton on the key.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
The 24-yard line.
Again, a run with Connor. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stopped him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. It's a gain of 5. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, Yes, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
To Darrell Henderson. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. Cam fighting, he lost the football, it's out. And it looks like Steeler football, it is.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
On the pickup.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. Now Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Out of bounds.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Newton. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Good. Makes the score Texans 10.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his...
Yeah, that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner Darius Slay. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10.
Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Steps away to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Complete to Le'Veon.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. To the air again, Newton. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:50 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins, short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Cousins now to throw on first down. He'll get this to Connor underneath. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Got a man open. That's Harry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hand. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton out wide, that's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now it's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, but he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that can get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.